6 finalists for the women's 4. This was a competition that was won last year by Holland, ahead of the United States and Australia.
This event is composed mainly of development athletes. All the top athletes are trying for the 8 and the pair. And these are athletes who are preparing for the next 2 or 3 years and will be moving into their squads. And the United States have gone straight into the lead, close to two up on your picture here. But it's the United States who've set up the early pace, well into their stride and looking very good. Great Britain, quick on the opening up there through the middle of the stroke. They've had some success through the season. They're all new athletes to the sport. The United States, though, very quickly taking a length's lead by 250 meters. 1 or 2 familiar faces, though, there, helping the new people to develop good, powerful rowing. And here's Holland under the new coach, Chris Korchanowski, looking for good length and strength. But look at the United States. They are rowing extremely well. Good length, good compression, and terrific pickup at the beginning of the stroke. They really are very, very well connected as they collect the water at the catch. Boat running very true. Well-drilled crew.
So United States well ahead of Holland, who are in the 2nd place, ahead of Australia. And you can see the time there, 1:38.10 for the first 500 meters set by the Americans. And it's Katie Scanlon for America out of the 8, and the Germans being stroked by Dinah Pirates. She also out of the German 8, who won the gold medal at Indianapolis last year. And very little between Germany and Holland on their Lucerne form this year. There was just about 1/4 second between those 2 crews. But as you can see now, the crew that's not in your picture is the United States, who are well ahead. Belarus, this quartet, who are also doubling up in the 8. They were 4th in Lucerne, and on that performance, they've got a lot to make up.
They're moving quite well, quite relaxed. And they're sitting well in the pack, but look how much the United States is taking. You can just see their stern disappearing out of the picture there. But this really is a storming performance. Really good horizontal drive, good push away at the finish. Very well, very nice movement there. But the rest of the field, apart from Great Britain, the rest of the field well in the pack and still wide open for silver and bronze medals at the other end. We're passing now through the 1,000-meter mark, with the United States nearly 2 lengths clear.
Coming back to the rest of the pack. Germany at the moment just about in 3rd place, just behind the Dutch, then Belarus in the bow of Australia closest to you. That's number 6. Also not without a chance of perhaps a bronze medal. But they need to make a move to get themselves back on terms. The Dutch, meanwhile, are trying to wind it up. Here is the Australian quartet. Australia, who took the bronze medal 12 months ago in Indianapolis, but as I mentioned earlier, this is a completely different outfit. Back to the Americans, this very smooth quartet. Kate Scanlon having really got that boat moving well. She's at stroke, behind her Leanne Benyon, then Cindy Brooks and Melissa Iverson in the bow. That's the quartet. And it really does underline, Dan, the ever-improving strength and depth of American women's rowing.
Yes, it's certainly so. I mean, their 8 is a very strong 8, their heavyweight 8. This here, the women's heavyweight 4, clearly the spares for the 8, so that bodes well for their performances for the Olympics in all women's events, because if you have a strong backup squad, it does mean that your top squad's right there in the medals. This 4 now looking very good, plays down close to the water, leading well into the headwind, sitting back into that headwind, and the boat really running well.
Holland out in lane number 2 there, just about still in 2nd place. just getting the better of the Germans as they come into the final quarter of the race. So Holland second, Germany third, Belarus fourth, Australia in fifth place. Now, I'm afraid for British fans, the British quartet struggling at the moment.
Well, Holland and Germany have moved on the United States. They've pulled back about half a length, three-quarters of a length, about a second and a half in that last 500 meters. And Holland really making a good push there, putting pressure under the United States. They went out fast, looked very good in the second 500, but you can see now the pressure's really coming on them. Going out fast like that, you've got to pay somewhere else. But you've got now Holland really making a move on the United States, Germany making a move, looking for that bronze medal position, trying to close on the United States as they come into the last 500 meters.
Well, how much petrol have the Americans used up now? Not far to go, but the Germans, as you said, Dan, they're coming on strong, putting their effort in now. Belarus just with an outside chance. I don't think Australia can close for a medal now, but it's all a question of can these American women who've tried to make every stroke a winning one, can they hang on, being urged on by their fans? The Dutch really in a bow-to-bow fight with Germany for what looks to be the silver medal at the moment. America and Germany have gone into second place now, ahead of Holland. Holland, who seemingly have no more to offer on the far side, and it's the Germans now coming close on the Americans as we come. Oh, and look at the Dutch on the far side, the number 2 there, an enormous crowd, and their boat has stopped. And meanwhile, the Americans are being challenged by the Germans, and America take the gold, Germany the silver, and Belarus come into the bronze medal position. But my goodness, Dan, I hope we get a look at that again. That was an enormous error by the Dutch quartet.
Oh, Bancroft looked like number 2 there. It totally stopped the boat. There was no recovery from that. Under pressure, in bronze medal position, and that lost it for them.
Not to say a little painful for Marleen van der Velden in the 2 seat. But the Americans can certainly rejoice, this quartet. Pillar to post victory. Here we can see the problem, I think. There it is, Dan.
Yeah, there you are. She's got caught there under the good crab there, right up and round her neck, and it's knocked her flat on her back. Oh, very, very bad. Very, very unlucky in the last 200 meters. That's when the pressure is really on. That's when mistakes are going to get made.
And you can be sure of one thing, that these 4 women will be pushing for Olympic places in Atlanta next year.